right, welcome back to Lucy the Antigua Tarot, my dear Cancers. My name is Lucy, and this is Lucy the Antigua Tarot. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with your reading for the month of February 2017, excuse me. Let's get ready now to do your reading for the month of February 2017. We're going to ask, excuse me, the cards what special messages they have for you guys. So, what messages do we have for Cancers for February 2017? Let's go ahead and ask the Tarot messengers for Cancers 2017 month of February. Okay, I am also going to go ahead and separate them a little bit this way because the cards do tend to stick together. Okay, just very quickly do this. Then we'll split them up. This is I'm in Guatemala right now doing readings, and this is a piece of jade a friend of mine gave to me, and it's been sharpened in something. It could be attached to a chain, but I like it like this, so I'm going to leave it like that. So let's cut the cards, Cancers. Okay, and I usually like to cut them a little bit more than what is usually done, just because these cards do stick. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay. Right. I'm spinning a little bit more. Here we go. All right, so we're going to do the spontaneous reading of 3 cards. So you have, wow, the Queen of Cups. Very beautiful. That's for you. You have the 4 of Swords. And you have the 10 of Cups. The Queens are just as commanding and authoritative and very intense in their way of thinking, in their ruling, I guess you can say. The Queen then is feminine, and so therefore has like a subtle energy. Okay, the Queen of Cups combines the positive water energy of the cups with the inward focus of the Queen, and because she's sweet and loving and she has a very sensitive nature, this Queen has a kind word for everyone, and she never reacts with anger or impatience. There is a gentleness about her, and this gentleness soothes and calms everybody that's around her. Compassion is her motto, I guess you can say. Her reaction to the world, all of her reactions to what's going on around her and the world are guided by her feelings. In all matters, she lets her heart lead the way. Okay, she senses emotional currents and knows what others are experiencing without having to ask. She is never moody, but understands moods and their influences. She trusts her intuition and so is more open to knowledge that comes from within herself and beyond. She is often moved by the beauty and tragedy of life. The Queen of Cups feels deeply and has a reverence for all aspects of God's creation. And with her love, she includes and embraces everybody and everything. And this is the card that you guys have, my dear Cancers. It's a beautiful card. Now, this is at your center, so this could either be you. And it's interesting because it's beautiful. You also have the Ten of Cups. Okay, but you have this Four of Swords. So, let me just pull these up a little bit. You definitely, something's happening where this needs to happen. A little bit of rest or reflection. A rest from something. You have the Ten of Cups, which is also a very positive card. With the Ten of Cups, we see, a beautiful family scene, a couple with carefree children. We see the family home over here in the background, and the whole scene is surrounded by a beautiful green scenery with a river, a blue sky, a very romantic picture. And I guess this kind of card oftentimes reflect our emotional life and the best that our emotional life could be. So the representation here is are those ideal feelings that are inside of us, and that they are within our reach. We have joy, and it's a joy that's related to feeling contentment, okay? And it's a feeling that comes to us when we know at our deepest level that we are one with all things, with everything, and that it is good, that everything's good. This card also talks about peace, the serenity, feeling serene, having that feeling of serenity that we get when everything's working in harmony. We have that inner and outer peace, which are reflected in everything that we see and within ourselves also. So it could be telling you that in February you are going to be blessed in some way, and it feels that you can probably reach the things that you've wanted to achieve because you deserve them, and that they're going to come your way, my dear Cancers. So look for ways to realize that joy, and look for ways to create that peace in your life, that serenity. Also, you may find that the key to happiness is with your family. And your family obviously is a group of people that you are attached to emotionally, for better or for worse, basically. And if you are having problems with family members right now, you can work a little bit harder to restore that harmony. This is telling you to try to restore that harmony if that is the case. Because right now in February, it's a great time to find that closeness with people. And I think that really that card is very telling, and it kind of, to me, it makes sense in terms of this four of swords, because you are Cancers, the queen. And if you are guys, if you are male Cancers, this you can have these characteristics of being very sensitive. But I think that the Four of Swords is more in relation to, let me just put it this way, put this up here, and I'll put these here. This card here is more in relation to finding that harmony and that peace, and maybe perhaps with family members, my dear Cancers. Okay, and basically what it's saying is that that you should try to restore that balance, make those relationship bonds strong again, if that is the case. And you have time to reflect on it a little bit so that you can feel maybe perhaps a little bit more positive when you approach this situation. Because you do have the Queen. You know, this Queen, this card, it's asking you to think and feel as she does. So maybe the question here is, are you aware of the emotional climate that's around you? Are you aware of what's going on around you emotionally? Are you in tune to how others are feeling? Are you feeling loving? Are you feeling that you are loving? Are you trusting your heart? Okay. Maybe you have received some intuitive messages, or maybe have you felt a loving feeling of wanting to take care of somebody else who's in pain, you know, Cancer. So that's what this Queen is reminding you to do. And here with this card, it's telling you to, if you are having a little bit of difficulty with some members in your family, that if you can try to resolve this, you will find this peace and love. The energy of this Queen, the Queen of Cups, my dear Cancers, has meaning for you guys right now. So let yourselves be inspired by her in whatever form she may represent in your life. She may be represented in your life. Okay, because she is the one who has kind words of support to give. She's sweet, loving, and sensitive. She has that soothing energy and calmness about her, and she kind of radiates that, and people around her will feel that. She's guided by her feelings. Okay, she lets her heart lead the way, and she can sense emotional currents and knows what others are experiencing without having to ask. She can sense those things. So excuse me. So let yourself be inspired by her for the month of February. In terms of your family, okay, so now you have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is could be a sign that you need to slow down and get some rest. If you are recovering from an illness, you want to allow yourself some quiet time to heal. And even if you're feeling completely healthy, you're risking getting sick if you don't take a break and take care. That's what this card is saying for the month of February, Cancers. This card may also represent taking time to think about things, think things over without rushing. It is important to also step back and gain perspective. This is especially true if you are facing a really big issue right now in your life. You need, quiet time to prepare, to gather your strength, and center your energy. And that's it. I think it makes great advice if this is what you're trying to perhaps do for February, is to connect with family members. Sometimes this card implies that you are perhaps shifting your focus from your external world to your inner world, and maybe you're already thinking about wanting to make amends with certain family members, or create stronger bonds with certain people in your family. Okay, and so yeah, my dear Cancers, that is your reading for the month of February. That is the advice that you are getting. I wish you a wonderful month of February, and I hope you find what you seek. I'll be thinking of you, and take good care, and see you in March. Bye-bye.